Burger time.
Hello, hello.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Hello, everyone. What is going on? James here, and today I am with the Hope in the North, Liam.
Hello there.
And Mr. GC himself, George.
I'm tired.
Oh, sick, Liam. I'm very surprised you called yourself your actual name.
Yeah, actually, I've just noticed that.
Are you going to change it to TGC or? Oh, he just left. Oh, I've just changed it to TGC for him. Oh no.
I was going to say do West Hope instead. Being United way.
Yeah. Anyway, so as you can tell by the title today, we are reviewing What If. So let's get into this then. Sorry if I don't seem 100%. I was totally fine for most of today. Just my nose has gotten ridiculously blocked.
Yeah, so.
There you go, I'm back.
But I will still do my best. And Liam is back. So let's get into What If then. So the first episode, for those you don't know, What If is a show that like takes alternatives of what if this happened, what if that happened. We've seen it before in like Futurama with the anthology of interest. What if this happened, what if that happened? It's just a good way for the writers to just go mad, and all the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror, or like any other what ifs, or like when characters travel to other dimensions and different things happen in those dimensions, etc., etc. It's just sort of like a chance for the writers to go mad writing stuff. Sadly, they don't really give themselves enough time to write things, in my opinion. A lot of the episodes are like between 30 and 35 minutes. So I feel like you could do with longer time to stretch out the plots instead of things like coming at you so quickly. I feel like there could be a lot more room for things to breathe, but that might have been.
I know one Vice Visual.
You know what? Sorry.
I said, did you know one of the Vices was you're in writing one of the episodes?
What was it? The Thor one?
Yeah. It was actually, yeah.
Anyway, firstly, we get the Captain Carter episode. What if Captain Carter were the first Avenger? So, as you can tell basically one tiny, really, really small thing changes. Carter says, I'm going to stay in there. Or what's her name? Peggy.
Yeah.
So she says, I'm going to stay in the room. And then the Watcher's like, that is when everything changed. And that's really cool how he's pointing out like one little thing, branches off into about 1 billion different possibilities. So,
yeah.
Anyway, so that was one thing I liked about it. But pretty much the whole episode just goes through the Captain America plot, except with her as Captain America. Well, Captain Carter, sorry. One thing that overall, I feel like Captain Britain, that would have been better.
Yeah, I mean, we know she's Captain Britain, so unless they just didn't want to confuse people, but yeah, they didn't use that name, did they, at all? I don't know. Don't think.
No, they didn't, for some reason.
Anyway, so the episode pretty much follows the events of Captain America. Apart from that, the Sergeant is a total misogynist, which I didn't really like. I thought Tommy Lee Jones in the film, he isn't like this. So like, he does shit on like new recruits and whatever, but he's not like a misogynist or anything. So like, why have they made him like this? It just seems a bit forced, in my opinion. Probably, yeah. But it was a bit of a weaker part for me. It just felt a bit forced, and if he was originally like that, then fair play. But he wasn't.
Yeah, it was a decent episode, but yeah, like you said, unlike the other episodes, it basically followed the Captain America 1 plot, and which wasn't the best, and yeah, just like I say, some decent stuff in there, but just not as fun as entertaining, and
I think Red Skull died quite quickly.
Well, the point of it was that there was a bigger villain than Red Skull to squash. It was that big tentacle thing, and then she ended up going.
It's ever the tentacle.
Captain America being in the Iron Man suit, that was cool, I guess. You think he dies and he doesn't die.
Wow. The Stomper.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. But yeah, nothing really changes apart from Red Skull dies quickly. A big octopus is the villain at the end. And Captain America dies originally instead of Bucky. And she goes to the future through a portal. It's pretty much like Captain America, but characters do different things. So it's pretty average overall.
Yeah, I suppose another difference was that Captain America was frozen and then ended up, in the modern day, or present day, whereas Captain Carter just went through the portal, like you said, to the present day.
It was cool how Fury was waiting.
What did you say?
Sorry, George.
I was just saying, how does Captain America get frozen now? Because it's been a while since I watched the first Captain America movie.
The ship that Red Skull's controlling, it's set on autopilot, but Captain America manages to crash it into the Antarctic or the ice or snow or whatever, and he just somehow gets frozen in there instead of dying. I think it's because he's a super soldier.
So. Yeah.
But overall, I liked how Nick Fury was waiting, and originally Loki comes through the door, but obviously the portal, but it was actually what's her face. So doesn't Loki come through that portal in the Avengers?
Yeah, but who came through instead then? Was it who was it? I can't remember.
Carter did, yeah.
Oh, she came through that portal. Oh, yeah.
Overall, I'd say it's pretty average.
Yeah, so kind of, yeah.
The animation was really smooth in the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Well, it was smooth, or it wasn't as smooth?
No, it was smooth.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next one is what if T'Challa became a Star-Lord? So, this episode's really cool. I love how straight away the geezer who was meant to come in and get Chris Pratt Star-Lord. Well, what's Star-Lord's real name in the original Star-Lord?
Peter Quill.
Yeah. He's meant to get Peter Quill, but obviously he's a massive fan of T'Challa because T'Challa's like a nice guy and everyone knows who he is because he's like a Robin Hood. He's like, him and the scavengers rob from minted people and give to broke people or people who are struggling. So that's really cool. And it's nice how T'Challa is able to change so many different people's opinions on how to act just from a conversation. He changes Yondu and his squad. He changes Thanos' opinion. And because of this, other things get changed. Like, what's his name? Drax's family are totally safe and Drax is just having a laugh at a party. So that's really nice. I really like as well how not only, like the characters are like safe and whatever. We also see, what are they called? The Black Guard, Thanos' squad in the film.
The Black Order, is it? The Black Order?
Yeah, Black Order, whatever. They're working for that weird dude with the grey hair who keeps all the creatures.
Oh, the Collector, yeah.
Yeah, so we see what happens to them. Also, it's cool how, like, just one little thing, like, they're like, oh, let's go to this place instead and pick up that kid. And it's cool how, because with Quill, he was abducted, but with T'Challa, didn't he just go on by choice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what he did, didn't he? Yeah, because he ran away from the castle and then went on the ship.
Yeah.
There
was some really good drama in the episode as well with Yondu being like, Wakanda got destroyed, blah 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 blah, and then obviously he goes on to that Wakandan ship at the Collector's place. Is it at the Collector's place, or is it somewhere else?
What's he said? He goes on
He goes on a Wakandan ship that was left over, and he sees a message from his dad. And we haven't seen his dad since the film, have we? The Black Panther. He was only in that, wasn't he?
I think he was like very briefly in Endgame, wasn't he? His dad.
No, I don't know.
Like with a lot of the other characters and Avengers, I think.
Well, technically, it was in Black Panther as a ghost.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Sorry, yeah. He was in Civil War when he got killed and blown up. That was pretty sad. But yeah, they go for the heist of a lifetime. Oh yeah, I really love the comedy in it when Thanos is like, "Oh well, it's practical. What I'm doing is practical, wiping out half the universe." That was quite well what he was planning to do.
In this episode, apparently.
Pardon?
A lot of people didn't like Thanos being in this episode.
Oh, I thought it was great. Seeing him as the good guy, I thought it was hilarious and fun.
I thought so too.
Yeah. And it's like one of the last... Well, this series is the last thing Chadwick has done, Marvel related, because obviously he passed away. And Karen Gillan came back as well, which was really cool.
What did you say about Thanos? Because I
just said it was cool that he came back.
Yeah, and that he was quite it's like he's the good guy and he's joking, whatever. Yeah,
yeah, he's a banter Chad.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they go on the heist of a lifetime against the Collector, and the Collector's got all the power in this one. So even though Thanos was a powerful one before, as I say, he took the Black Order, and he's the most powerful big guy in the universe now. And I like how that woman turns on him. That red woman's like, "Oh, screw you," and betrays him. That was pretty cool.
I think that was his daughter, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't think it was. I thought it was just some alien he kidnapped.
I don't know.
But yeah, overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this one. This one was a bunch of kick-ass fun.
It was. Yeah.
I like how they get reunited and they all have a laugh in the end. That was quite cool. Just a really nice but good feel-good episode. It wasn't like a cliche, boring feel-good episode. It was a very, very good feel-good episode.
And Nebula had blonde hair instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. More what? Sorry.
She's more human.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, because Thanos wasn't ripping her apart and everything. Oh yeah, the double cross was really cool, but it was actually a triple cross because what's his face? T'Challa and what's the name knew about it. So Nebula, they knew about the triple cross. I like how Kurt Russell comes in at the end and tries to kill Quill. That was quite funny.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I liked that. It was a nice surprise, really, that episode, and I liked all the sci-fi vibes and the fight at the end with the Collector. That was cool.
Yeah, it was absolutely awesome how they teamed up at the end.
Yeah,
Yondu and T'Challa versus the Collector. So next we are on What If the World Lost Its Mightiest Heroes. Now I feel like some of them would be a bit better with sort of like a mysterious title. You know what I'm saying? Because like imagine going into this without the title, you'd be like, "Whoa, all the Avengers are getting killed off!" Whoa! But obviously, because it's like, what if the Earth lost its mightiest heroes? You're like, oh, okay, so we know they're all going to get killed off. Still pretty cool nonetheless. The problem is, this is one of the episodes where everything just moves ridiculously fast because it has to. It does keep you on your toes because you're like, wait, how did this happen? How's Hawkeye suddenly dead? How's this person suddenly dead? How the fuck did the Hulk get turned into a balloon and killed? I do like how it's in loads of different films too. Like you've got Iron Man 2, Hulk, Thor, Avengers, I guess. You know, like at the very end, because Loki comes in, you could count that as Avengers a little bit. God, I don't know. Let's just say 3. Let's just say 3.
Watching it, I wouldn't have expected the villain.
Hank, yeah.
Same, yeah.
I wouldn't expect him at all.
Yeah, I thought it was just bloody Loki doing some hocus pocus nonsense, you know.
Yeah, I thought it was another cool episode, though. Good episode. And yeah, I guess it was. One of my favorite parts was at the end as well, with the fight in the cemetery.
Yeah, that was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, with like Nick Fury, when his moves.
Yeah,
he just kept punching him as well. He just kept punching him, even though he was tiny.
Yeah, that was so funny.
And then Loki helped out, and then there's that bit where Fury kept multiplying, and then Loki appeared, and and then Loki took over the Earth, didn't he?
Yeah. And exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say though, considering it's quite a dark, serious episode, there are quite funny moments out of that darkness, like as you said, the Loki being Nick Fury and jumping around. That was hilarious.
Well, he was helping Nick Fury, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Well, I thought he was Nick Fury, wasn't he? Didn't he change himself to Nick Fury to do all those moves?
Yeah, but I don't think when it was just Nick Fury, that was Loki, was it? But then Loki, because Nick Fury,
it was Loki doing the fight scene as Nick Fury, because then he turned into like a load of Furies, basically all laughing at Hank.
Oh yeah.
No, but was he doing those moves as well, where like he flipped over Hank as well?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was actually Nick Fury, and then Loki came in and like helped and I don't know, because I think Nick Fury is. I think apparently, like in the comics, he was a super soldier as well, and whatever. So, I thought maybe they would go in there.
Well, maybe it wasn't then. But it's just been a couple of weeks, and I've been quite ill.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose I'm not certain, but. Yeah. But yeah, regardless, it was another good episode.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah, another good one, yeah. But anyway, the next one is what if Doctor Strange lost his hands instead of his heart? Really great one, in my opinion. He keeps trying to go back in time over and over. Well, basically, everything works out perfectly after. Well, not perfectly, but everything works out after he did that. You know, everything that happened in the film, he took down that Domadu, whatever his name is. But basically, everything that happened in Doctor Strange has already happened. But he can't let go. He can't let go of the past because he lost that. What's that nurse lady who he loves? Well, who he did love. I don't think they're together anymore, are they? Because he just dedicated his life to all the.
So, yeah, they broke up. Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. How crazy is that then? Because like, even though they broke up in the MCU, because they didn't break up originally, he's still holding on to what could have been. But if they stayed together, they probably the exact same thing probably would have happened. They probably would have still broke up. It's really crazy how we, the audience, know. Well, even if she was still alive, it wouldn't have worked out anyway. So,
yeah, it's different universe, isn't it? So,
well, maybe it could have done, but I doubt it.
Can happen, I guess. But
yeah, you feel absolutely awful for Strange. Really, what he's going through, he can't let go, and so he goes back. So he goes back in time to just over and over and over and over and over and over and over again to try and stop it, and nothing's stopping it. It just has to happen because otherwise he wouldn't be where he is now with all the abilities, and he wouldn't have been able to go in time. So it's a fixed point which cannot be changed at all. Then he goes to the weird temple place after numerous failed attempts, and he's like, I've got to gain all the power And he tries to bargain with the big squid at first, and then he just ends up killing all these weird mythical creatures and just gains all their power. And you think, damn, this Strange is going to be an absolute beast then, isn't he? But anyway, so he goes. So it's just cool to see, like, you just think, how far is he going to take it? He really can't let go. He's just not going to stop, is he? So it's cool to see how far he's taking it. And because he's in such pain and such, like when he lost his hands in the film and they're shaking and he can't be a surgeon anymore, you do feel bad for him. But him doing all this stuff with the Great One and all that jazz, is that a name, the Great One? Oh, I can't remember a name.
No, which one? What?
Oh, the bald lady.
The bald one.
Yeah, no, I mean
George just said the bald. Yeah, the bald one. Let's just call her the bald.
No,
one.
The ancient one, I think.
The ancient one. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you. He did all that stuff and that fixed his hands, so it's not even really an issue. But even if it was, losing your hands, losing your passion. I mean, losing your hands would be horrific, obviously. But I mean, losing the thing that you love to do, which is surgery and all that jazz. It got fixed, so he could have gone back to it if he wanted to, and he didn't want to. He wanted to be the Sorcerer Supreme and whatever. So, yeah, it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. But this is still playing on his mind. He's still thinking what could have been. So, but you are sort of rooting for him because grief is a lot worse than losing the ability to do surgery, but still have the ability to do other things with your hands. So, grief is obviously 50 million times worse. So, as you don't know the consequence of his action, so you're sort of still rooting for him in a way because you think, well, maybe he could bring her back. But then the ancient one's like, no, good Strange, you need to stop bad Strange. And what I like, the fight's absolutely brilliant, the way it goes down and everything. But what I like is how evil Strange wins and he gets everything that he wants. And then everyone ends up getting disintegrated. Then he's just stuck in a ball for eternity. So... well, it's not even bittersweet for him. It's just totally bitter. It's horrible because he loses her anyway because she goes out of reality, and then he's just stuck in a ball forever. He pretty much got rid of everything in his universe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You guys got any takes on the episode that you want to say?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best. Again, I think it's better because, like the last one, like the last two, it didn't follow just the plot. Basically, follow the plot of an existing MCU film, and yeah, it was like I say, it was the plot was cool. Strange. Yeah, it was different. You had Strange, like you say, you had Strange absorbing all those creatures, and yeah, the fight at the end was that was quite something. And then it goes where you might not have thought, which is where Strange loses everything and fails, and he was warned about it. And
the ending was, and how hopeless it was for him just be alone in that ball.
Yeah, well, as Liam said, he was warned so many times, which is the ironic thing. He was warned like a million times, like, mate, don't do this, it's going to destroy everything. And he was like, no, I'm doing it anyway. So,
yeah. And he was the first one to notice the Watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, though, he was like, as I say, the only one who's suffering from his consequences is himself. He's just stuck in that ball forever.
Yeah.
Well, technically not forever, but we'll talk about... Well, technically forever, actually, because of something at the very, very, very end. But, we'll get to that at the point when we get to it. Yeah, really good, really dark, really sad. Pulls on the heartstrings. You are sort of rooting for him. Until you realise, that he pretty much has destroyed everything.
And you think that the good Strange might win as well, but he doesn't. So
yeah, good Strange gets his ass kicked, but it was a close fight. So
he gets absorbed.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
All right then. So
basically the absorber off from Doctor Who at that point.
What, the War Doctor in Doctor Who?
No, the Zorbalot.
Oh, the Azorbalop. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't hear what you were saying because Okay. Anyway, yeah, great episode overall. Probably the best one of the series, or one of the best anyway. So, next episode is What If Zombies? Honestly, the zombie genre, I don't know if I've mentioned it too much on the channel, but can get repetitive so easy because all zombie films really are is characters go to location. Either the location gets overrun or there's a dictator, then the location gets overrun. The reason why the zombie genre works is because you fall in love with the characters, and we already know all these characters. And I'm sorry, like there isn't really any stakes because they're all superheroes. I know they did add one cool thing: how the other heroes can use their abilities when they're against normal zombies. Like it, I guess there are stakes, but it's just sort of like, well,
they've got so many. Still the best.
Oh yeah, Wanda is very deadly as a zombie. I was gonna say I did like the second half of the episode because you're sort of like bloody hell. And the stakes are high, especially with the giant Hope zombie. That was quite, terrifying. Yeah. A terrifying prospect. Yeah, I mean,
basically off his mind and turned into a serial killer at that point.
Yeah. So pretty much what happens in the story is Hulk gets blasted down from where Thanos was, like he did at the start of Infinity War. Well, from he got blasted down by Idris Ibiza.
What's his character's name? Heimdall. Yeah,
he got blasted down by him from New Asgard or whatever the big rock's called. What actually happens to Korg in Marvel? I've always wondered. Oh wait, yeah, he's in Endgame, so he's fine, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, it says he got blown up and killed. He turned into a boulder and blew up. It says.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. Anyway, so what do I like about this episode? Well, the zombies using the heroes' powers is cool, I suppose. How the Avengers basically got destroyed by all these zombies, that was quite crazy, I suppose. You do feel a bit of hopelessness for the heroes, but thing is, right, like a zombie genre, how are you meant to? You can cram it in a 2-hour film or a 1.5 hour film, but a bloody half an hour to 35-minute episode, are you having a laugh? How's that gonna, you have to get to know characters and know the stakes, and I suppose there are stakes, but Scott Lang being saved as a head, that was quite funny. That was really funny, actually.
And zombie Spider-Man.
What, George?
And zombie killer Spider-Man.
What are you going on about? Spider-Man survives?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Zombie killer Spider-Man, that's his name.
Okay. But yeah, overall, I just found this episode a bit like they're going to go to one location, then something's going to happen. But instead of a dictator, it's Vision. It was pretty crazy how Vision killed himself. I was quite like, whoa, bloody hell, son.
Yeah, like you say, though, there were high stakes. It was thought it was an interesting story. And yeah, I mean, I quite liked it. I mean, I don't know. It was one of my favourites, but I did like it.
George, your thoughts? All right, moving on then. Next episode is What If Killmonger Rescued Tony Stark? Big issue. This one very below average. I'm going to say, right. What the hell's George doing? George, what the hell happened?
Now there are 2 of them.
What happened? Why is it killing me?
How has this happened?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Star Wars meme. Yeah. Now there are 2 of them. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah. How has this happened? We're smarter than this.
Yeah. How has this happened, George? Me and Liam are smarter than this. George, how has this happened? We're smarter than this. Well, I'm gonna get rid of the. Let's keep this. Actually, let's keep the other George in here who doesn't say anything. I feel like no.
Yeah, it works on both.
I didn't realise it worked on both. I thought it was just one. Well, goodbye, George. No, George. What did you think of the zombies episode then?
I thought it was good, but it could be better.
Okay.
That's
Anyway,
Goodbye.
I thought it was pretty average, but anyway, as I say, with this Killmonger one, right? Killmonger saves Stark straight away. It takes place at the start of bloody
boring.
man. Yeah, I agree.
Oh yes, Iron Man, the Iron Man.
So the main issue I have with this episode is just Killmonger being absolutely indestructible for the whole episode. And it's cool when he finds out about her, when he susses out Obadiah. But apart from that, after that, he just gets old. He's like, oh, indestructible, beat everyone, manipulate everything, kill Black Panther with the big sonic gun, kill everyone easy, kill Rhodey easy. You know, it's just pretty much an episode of Killmonger being indestructible and him trying to be a mass manipulator. And it's just kind of dead ass, really. And then Tony Stark gets killed halfway through, and it's just sort of like Killmonger is better than everyone in Indestructible. There's no one to really rival him, apart from at the end when T'Challa's sister and what's her name, Pepper Potts start talking, and then that's just the end. So,
yeah, like I say, that's like sort of boring that he's better than everyone, and yeah, I just don't think the story was as interesting either.
Yeah, like Killmonger, because pretty much it didn't make Tony Stark go in a different direction, because he still ended up being a good person. He still, even though he wasn't as humble and even though he wasn't as like shocked as he was when he made the Iron Man suit and realized that his weapons do bad things, he was still like an okay guy. He wasn't as crazy, and he was sort of like. He was just like not as crazy and arrogant as he usually is. He was just a bit like regular Iron Man, but gets a bit more pissed easily. If he had joined Killmonger, then it might have been a bit more interesting.
Maybe, yeah. But yeah, it wasn't as just wasn't as interesting, wasn't as entertaining.
No.
Yeah. Nothing really changes.
I've never really liked Killmonger's character since Black Panther. I liked him in Black Panther, but since then he's been a bit off.
Yeah, in What If he's been quite dead arse really, but in Black Panther he was a good villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I thought this episode was very, very below average. It was watchable, but very below average. Just my opinion.
It's that. Yeah, for me, it's down at the bottom with the Captain Carter episode, I'd say.
Okay, now this is the.
I would have said it was it's at the bottom with Thor.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Thor. Now I know you love this episode, Liam, and honestly, it's each to their own, but I'm a bit baffled because it's just like boring. It's just like lazy writing, and it adds absolutely nothing to the story. All it is just Thor having a party and then cleaning it up because his mom's going to come down and tell him off and slap his wrist. Slap it. That's all it is. It's like nothing interesting at all. Dead ass, boring. It's like, imagine if I took a massive poo on when we were filming the Doctor Who video today. We could recreate this, right? When we were filming the Doctor Who video, imagine if I took a massive poo on the floor. No, imagine if I took a massive poo on the floor, smashed George's telly, smashed the mirror, pushed the sofa over, smashed the windows, destroyed his caravan, destroyed the cars outside apart from my own, and then set fire to the place and burnt it down. And then I'll say, oh no, I've got to clean this up, otherwise I'll get in trouble. And then I'd somehow clean it up by the oh no, I dropped the Tic Tac, by the use of magic. If I was Thor, like we could have recreated that just with a massive budget we'd need. So boring rubbish.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I thought it was like I said to you at the pub. I just thought after like the last few episodes, which were more like dark and serious, I thought this was like a nice change of tone, I guess. And yeah, like I say, I know there's some weird shenanigans and all this and that, but then I thought it was fun. Like there was that cool fight scene as well between Thor and Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Boring in my well. They could have done better with it. The problem is with flying in fights. I just don't like when there's flying in fights, to be honest. And there was no risk because Captain Marvel did say, "Look, launch the nukes at the end," but there wasn't much risk at the start. It was just sort of like punch Thor to get him to run away. And Thor doesn't change much as a person. He's still pursuing Jane. He's just a bit undisciplined, but he's already undisciplined in the first Thor film, so nothing changes about his character. It's just.
Yeah, sort of.
I was a bit if we got Selvig running around naked and going, "I'm an alien," that would have been really funny. That would have probably made it the funniest, best episode in any Marvel show.
I thought it was funny though. I thought it was some good humor personally, but yeah,
each to their own. But yeah, it's honestly, I'd say it is kind of watchable and fun in some aspects if you just sort of like have it on in the background. So I'd say overall it's kind of bad. Definitely the worst episode of the series.
Okay, completely agree.
Oh, surprised. Anyway,
so the next episode is very, very, very good one, very interesting one. Apart from, well, at first I'm just sort of like, oh, Ultron just kicks everyone's ass and he kills Thanos easily. Oh God, we've seen this before. But they do have a way of beating him. They do have his weakness, the virus of that Nazi geezer, not Nazi geezer, Hydra geezer, fat glasses guy, midget. Sorry.
What's his name?
Didn't mean to say midget. I should have said dwarf. Sorry. Small glasses.
Same thing.
Trying to think of his. I can't remember the character's name.
Anyway, so the bit which really got me interested is when the Watcher is watching along, being like, "They're so close, you've almost got it." Blah 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 blah. And then in the end, that was really cool. I can't intervene. So he sticks to his oath. And then after that, Ultron busts through the glass and he's like, "Fuck you," and starts fighting the Watcher. And then he's like, "I can take over other universes." And then the Watcher's like, "Oh no!" And then gets his ass kicked and everyone's taking pictures of the Watcher. I thought that was, as soon as he broke through, because obviously we've established the Watcher is beyond the universe and Ultron's got to another level of power that, you know, he's able to interact with the Watcher and do things to other universes, which is mad.
I'll tell you out of Vision's body.
Yeah, that was his original plan, wasn't it? So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Ultron was really cool. And I just absolutely dominating with the Infinity Stones and being really powerful was cool to see. Yeah, like I said, the story was good in this one as well, and it was cool to just follow Black Widow and Hawkeye. And then there was that bit where Hawkeye sacrificed himself, and there was that cool like slow-mo shot.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like going down into that, I don't know, sorry, into that pit or whatever it was, I don't know. With all of those, with all of the, was it the Ultron robots or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, like I say, some great shots, great cinematography. But then a lot of the episodes have had that. And then it's cool how Ultron fought the Watcher as well, and we just get to see like what the Infinity Stones can do as well, like what they allow someone to do when you use all of them, and what they can do to the multiverse essentially.
True.
You don't always get to see that kind of power in live action films, whereas I guess in animation you're more likely to see it, and I suppose you don't have as many boundaries, I guess, or you don't have
Yeah, with animation you can do far more, can't you? So
yeah, it's easier to do.
What did you guys think? I think killed so easily.
Yeah, it was kind of silly, really, because it's just sort of like, well, Thanos just gets his ass kicked easy. Boring.
I mean, he does look okay. Yeah, it does make Thanos look like
a tit.
Yeah, like just like it embarrasses him, but I don't know. I guess it's shocking, and I guess it just shows that Thanos really isn't a threat in that episode, and especially without the Infinity Stones, against someone like Ultron with all the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, true.
But
yeah, overall, I'd say it's a great episode.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, one of the best.
Probably number 2 for me, behind the Doctor Strange one.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so we're on the finale. What if the Watcher broke his oath? And for the whole thing, he's babbling on about how he cannot break his oath. 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 All that bollocks, which is fair enough. He's got an oath to keep. But he doesn't keep the oath, does he? He breaks it. Nope. He gets people from all the previous stories, and they all come together. They're all doing their own thing. You see them about, like, I don't know, like Pepper Potts and T'Challa's sister. I can't remember her name. They run in and they're about to kill Killmonger, and then he vanishes. The Watcher picks all these people out of the universe. There's this one story with Gamora where she's with Tony Stark. That wasn't established before, so I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it would be, because she's because you've got the what if art here on the Disney Plus page for the show, and she's in it. So you would have thought, oh, she'll have an episode dedicated to her, but she didn't. She just pops up in this one. But yeah, it's cool to see her. But yeah, it's nice how because the Watcher chooses the heroes in the different universes that we've seen in the previous episodes, then it ties all the episodes together.
Yeah. And he comes and picks up Doctor Strange as well, which was quite a crazy out there move. That was pretty mad.
Well, yeah, Doctor Strange was helping, wasn't he?
But he was the main man. He had all the powers, really. So all those bad things he did helped take down Ultron, because he had all the powers to protect all the other Avengers, didn't he, from Ultron's biggest moves. They also get the zombie. They make all the zombies fall onto Ultron as well. They use a hole to make them all fall through.
That was a crazy fight, yeah.
It was quite cool how he was so indestructible and difficult to beat. The Viva Las Vegas! And he's just Las Vegas. That was I don't know. That made me laugh so much. I don't know why. That's the most I've laughed in, because he's just so out of nowhere and it doesn't do anything to Ultron. That was so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's it's the massive fight with Ultron, and then
they beat him with the virus, and then Killmonger's about to use the stones, and then they managed to trap them in one of those weird orb cube. They trapped that weird little German guy, and Killmonger. Just strange.
Ultron, I think. I'm guessing Strange did it, didn't he? Yeah, I'm assuming he did, because he did it before, or he caused that sort of thing before in his episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, that was a nice twist, or an interesting twist, with Killmonger wanting to use the stones. Makes sense.
Definitely, because he's still a power hungry loon. It doesn't make sense why the Watcher picked Killmonger when Killmonger's so evil.
It's because he's so so efficient, wasn't he? And he's so powerful in his episode. So
yeah. But he's just going to use that power for bad, so I don't know why the Watcher picked him. But meh, it made for an interesting conflict and dynamic at the end. Yeah, and then Strange is still stuck in his universe for good. He's like, yeah, you're sacrificed, mate. And he's like, what? Yeah, you've got to watch over him forever. Oh, yeah, good luck. Oh, okay. Strange just sort of takes it on the chin. I think he's come to accept that, like, he fucked up his reality. He's got to stay there. The Watcher can't spawn. Well, he can spawn people in the universes, but that isn't really how it works, is it? You know, like that. Apart from Black Widow, because her universe is so fucked and it wasn't her fault. Well, Strange, it was totally his fault. So, yeah.
Yeah. Something that was a bit odd, though, was during the fight, because I'm pretty sure Strange said as well, was it towards the start of the episode, about or when he gave them the protection spell, he said didn't he say it wouldn't last long or something? But, I mean, it lasted a while, and in their fight against Ultron, it seemed like the protection spell was more effective than I thought it would be as well.
Yeah, they're pretty much.
You know, it actually took a lot for like the spells to wear off and for Ultron to get through the protection spells, didn't it?
Yeah, if Ultron did something really drastic, it'd take loads to.
Yeah, so I just thought that was a bit odd, but I don't know. I suppose it was required for the plot, and
I was going to say
the heroes who needed it as well.
Yeah,
otherwise they would have been toast.
Definitely. I was going to say that I was really happy for Black Widow getting into a different universe where all the Avengers died. So,
it was, and weren't there just loads of Lokis or something? They're fighting loads of Lokis, weren't they?
No, it was the Loki soldiers, you know, from the first Avengers film, and Loki was there.
Oh, the Frost Giants.
No, not the Frost Giants. They're from the first Avengers. You know that big flying thing that the Hulk punched? I can't remember their names.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter anyway. They're like Thanos' and Loki's people in the first one.
In the first Thor film?
The Chitauri.
Oh, the Chitauri. Oh, yeah, from the Avengers. Oh, yeah, the Avengers film.
Yeah, I think it's them.
Is it? Okay.
Anyway, overall, great episode. So, what do you think, Liam?
Yeah, great as well. Yeah, definitely up there, one of the best. Yeah, and like you say, it's nice to have Black Widow, or at least this Black Widow, you know, sort of, I guess, got a second chance in a sense. I don't know. She was able to be put in another universe. And then of course we have the post-credit scene as well, don't we, with Captain Carter and Black Widow.
Yeah.
And then Captain Carter discovers that Steve Rogers is still alive he's in the Ironmonger suit or whatever, the Hydra Killer suit. Yeah.
Yeah, Hydra Stomper. Fair play, nice ending.
Hydra Stomper. So presumably it might be setting something up in the future. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. I think they've left it open, but I don't think they'll do a series 2.
Yeah, maybe not then. Maybe not. It might just be like there you go. And it's all happy.
They're told an overarching story where everything sort of got resolved, really. And I suppose the thing was just a nice little ending for her. So,
well, we'll see. We'll see whether they do anything else. I don't know. We'll see.
It's probably to just mirror what happened with Captain America when he goes back in time. And then he's like, "Oh, I don't think I'll tell you what I did with that time." What's crazy? Isn't he like 30 in the no, wait. How old was he when he was unfrozen in the MCU? I swear he'd be ridiculously old by the time they're in the future.
I think it was it 1945 when he became frozen, so that was like
okay.
The end of World War II. So would it be? I think he was in like his 20s.
It says 27 here, Liam. So 1945, he was 27. That's his biological age. So he woke up in 2011.
Right, so
and then plus, when did Avengers Endgame take place? 2023.
2023. Yeah. So he would have been 5, I think.
So yeah, 10 years, 37, and then 38, 39. So then he went back in time as 39 years old to 1945, and then he lived all the way up till 2023, which is, how old would he be then?
Yeah. Over 100.
What, so, we're back in times 20.
So he was 39, 2023. So you had 78, 39. He'd be 117 years old by the time he's sitting on that chair and going, no, I don't think I'll tell you. But it's probably because of the super soldier serum. That's probably why he lived so long. So fair play to lad.
Yeah.
What's crazy in real life, someone actually did live longer than that. I swear the oldest person was like 121, which is mad. Absolutely mad.
Mm.
You would not want to live that long. That's really... I can't imagine. That'd be really trippy living like till 121. That'd be really bizarre.
Yeah, it does say here. Yeah, it says, I guess this is like the oldest verified person, so known person. And apparently, this woman who was 122.
But yeah.
Mm.
Liam, I think you'll make it to 2,000 years old. You'll just be a head in a jar and you'll go, I am Westhope.
I have to figure it out.
Hi, this is the gaming channel, and I am running the world now.
I am eternal.
But yeah. Let's get back on track though. What if? Yeah, I guess. Kind of good. I don't know. There's not really a lot to say, really. It wasn't really needed. The writers didn't take next level advantage of being able to do whatever they wanted with the characters, but they did. Kind of good overall, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I thought, it was good overall. I mean,
I'll probably give it a 7.5. I've given loads of Marvel shows 7.5 apart from Loki, but I think that's what I give it personally. What I think.
I think I'd give it an 8.5. Overall.
What about you, George?
I agree with you. 7.5.
Fair enough. So we can now move on to the newest segment to ALP podcast. So this is called George's Diary. It's the segment George has wrote a diary I asked him to, and I'm going to read it on a stream, which I'm a bit worried about. Okay. So let's get into this then. I'm looking forward to Liam's reaction. It was my idea for George to write a diary.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the hell's going to happen.
If it's too mad, if what I'm reading is too mad, I'll just stop or say I can't read this bit. But I'm going to try and get through most of it, what YouTube will probably allow. So James want Monday. So James want... Wait, what date is this, by the way, George?
This would have been last Monday. This Friday just gone.
Oh, okay. So last Monday, 4th of October to the 8th of October then, 2021. Monday. So James wanted me to do a diary. So as in recovering from nearly dying, I thought I'd tell you what I learned today. I've been lying in bed all day watching YouTube. So I guess that's a good chance for him to learn stuff, George. And finding out weird facts like how the human arsehole can be stretched so wide it can fit 2 raccoons in it. But I bet it would hurt. What if they started scratching inside your bum? I also found out that why have you've spelt cheek wrong, George? You've put CEAK, CCHW. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, sorry, I won't correct the spelling or grammar. Yeah, no, I don't need to be a tit. I asked you to do this. So, found the cheek skin inside your mouth is the same as a vagina. So that's all you've learned, George. You've learned nonsense. This isn't.
Is that it?
No, there's more. There's more.
Oh.
This isn't going to win you anything on. We're on to Tuesday next, but George, this isn't going to win you anything on Millionaire. You're not going to beat the chasers with knowing that the inside of the mouth is the same as the vagina and bloody 2 raccoons can fit inside your arse. They're not going to ask that on the chase. Really hell.
Well, you never know.
Anyway, so Tuesday. Today I started a kind of diet, but I still eat the same food. What the bloody hell's the point? Oh God, this is amazing. George, hold on. I thought you said you did have a proper diet. What the hell? Why are you still eating the rubbish?
I quite like.
But then it doesn't really make much of a It's not a diet then. It's just you've included a bit of healthy on top of all the shit that you're eating. Okay, I still eat the same food that I like still, and I played Switch games for the rest of the day. Oh, well, beautiful. This is good. Bloody hell. Oh, God. Wednesday. So today I had my Titan figures come, but 2 were wrong, so they're sending me 3 other figures for free. Bloody hell, that's a fucking phenomenal deal. Looking at the chat with the boys, I definitely think YouTube won't ban me for saying this, but this is just ridiculous, George. I thought, oh, this is cool. He got 3 things for free, but then this has nothing to do with any collectibles. The next thing says, looking at the chat with the boys, I definitely think that there's sexual tension between Aaron and James. I wouldn't be surprised if they're both gay, to be honest. I have no idea how that's come from. Disturbing, but there you go. Demented fantasies from George once again. Thursday, been quite boring, but had my next 4 steps of building my Fast and Furious Dodge build. It included doing the front chassis and a quarter of the suspension. Oh, chassis, thank you. And a quarter of the suspension. I also went Doctor Who figure hunting and went into 3 B&Ms. At the 3rd store, I found the key of Marinus pack.
He's a Marinus.
Marinus, all right. Friday, Pokemon Celebrations Day. So I got up this morning, headed to my shopping centre before my game shop at 9 a.m. Before my game shop at 9 a.m. And I was just going to get the Daggerpult Prime box, but I saw there were Dark Sylveon box, so I picked that up as well because she's my favourite Pokemon. I also pre-ordered Zamazenta box, so hope that that's here by tomorrow. I also had my Lego Roses come and they'll come, so I spent the rest of the day building. It took you the whole day to build a basic Lego set, and then 2 Lego sets, and then ended my day with fish and chips and Donna Donuts. For God's sake, well, that died didn't last long at all then. What the bloody hell was the point of any of that? I really enjoyed this, and it was really therapeutic for me, so I'll definitely do more of them. Wait, do you mean eating the chips that you've eaten 1,000 times, or the building the roses?
No, no writing in the diary.
Oh, right, in the diary. That's really awesome. That's helped you. I thought it would just be a funny segment. Yeah. So hopefully you can write more extracts. That was honestly such a funny diary, apart from the bloody tension bit. I have no idea what the hell that was all about, but the rest of it was absolutely hilarious and good. So what did you think, Liam?
Yeah, top quality segment.
Yeah, so hopefully...
good facts in there.
Good facts?
Good facts, yeah.
Oh, about the raccoon. And the vagina stuff. Anyway, so... that's it for George's diary. Now let's move on to legit or a bit.
I've got none for this week.
Oh, you've got none. Liam, please tell me you've got one so we can give George one.
God, I've not came up with one. I'm hopeless with thinking of these on the spot. That's the problem.
Yeah, we had no warning.
Well, James said, he briefly said to me earlier about doing Jill a bit, but...
there's always a legit or a bit usually.
Sometimes.
Can you come up with anything, George? I mean, Liam, sorry, or is it too difficult?
Well, guys, if you do one first, and let Liam think for a minute.
All right then.
I'll have to.
Fair enough.
Oh God, I have to think hard.
So, ages and ages ago. Actually, no. Let me think of a really good one. I played a massive farting video in front of both sets of my grandparents around Christmas time.
Jesus, no. Right,
So
okay. Tell me more.
This. So the first one was at my nan and granddad's on Christmas Day. I'm pretty sure I can't remember specifically when, but I'm pretty sure it was on Christmas Day. And there's this video called Farting Elves, and it goes. And I was absolutely laughing my head off. This was honestly one of the funniest things ever. My mum and my sister were laughing loads, and my dad was trying not to laugh. And my nan and granddad were not laughing at all. And then at my other grandparents, and then my other grandparents, when we went to their house, I'm pretty sure it was on Boxing Day. I just played it on my phone, and everyone was laughing their head off. And yeah.
Well, you said that was the first video. What's the second video?
No, I played both. That was the same farting video.
Oh, right, okay. I'm gonna say that is true.
Oh, well done. Liam, have you got one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems like something that you do.
But
after some more.
No, George. I thought you'd say, oh well. I thought you would have told me this before. That's what you always say whenever it's something too preposterous. You always say, well, you would have said about this.
I was thinking that, but after some more of the BTS you've made, I wouldn't have been surprised.
But this was years ago, George. This was like Christmas 2019. So, but yeah, true. Yeah. Nothing's changed. I've still got a massive. I've got a subvert expectation toilet sense of humor. Like I don't like straight up toilet humor, but when it's unexpected and out of nowhere, or like not what you'd regularly expect it to be. Yeah. Anyway, have you got one then, Liam?
I was going to say, sorry. So was yours true or false?
Yeah, it was true. George got it right. Well done.
George got it again.
So well done, George.
Okay, so mine is so at Star Wars Celebration in 2016. It was held in London, and I went, and I met Ewan McGregor, and we were talking. Well, I started off by saying hello there, just as a fun sort of nod to Obi-Wan, and yeah.
And he said, "All right, mate, you need to fuck off now. I've heard that 1,000 times today." Have you watched Trainspotting? Have you watched Trainspotting? Have you watched The Impossible? Have you watched Moulin Rouge? Sorry.
Well, that's it really, unless you want to ask anything else.
I'm going to say that is false.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have gone. I probably would have gone. Yeah. It's quite. It would been a difficult one for me, but I probably would have gone for false because surely you, as a massive Star Wars fan, you would have said this, Liam. So
yeah,
Obi-Wan's your favourite man. Well, that's came out wrong.
Yeah,
he's your favourite like Star Wars character.
Yeah. Now
I am still king. I am still king of this game.
Yeah, George.
I know. It's annoying.
Yeah, the master liar. I guess we can look up news quickly. News. Oh, for God's sake, it's coming up with political bollocks. All right, gaming news. For God's sake. All right then.
Well, Pokemon for the best this week, I tell you.
George, you need to get in the proper headphones next time, man, because it's been hard to
I know,
understand
I
you
do.
the whole podcast. Console hackers, Commander, Switch games, very fast. Sega, Saturn emulator. Well, this is for hardcore gaming fans. This is bloody hell.
Well, Twitch got hacked this week.
Have you been affected, George?
No.
No, it's not like that sort of
haven't,
hack. I don't think it's not. It's like, you know, they, like I say, these people, like, they're sort of trying to get past like the security and this and that on the Switch, so they can like emulate games from other consoles on it. You know, because that's what, you know. There's some people who do that. You know, like they emulate games from other consoles on a certain console.
Yeah. Twitch got hacked this week, and so everyone's earnings got released.
Oh, Twitch. Oh, yes. Yeah. True, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Nintendo Switch OLED was released.
Oh, yeah.
There's another one I found called Far Cry 6 players dying because of an Assassin's Creed Easter egg. Honestly, there's nothing really that eye-catching or interesting. Is there nothing really worth a discussion? Is there any news you guys have then, or anything you want to discuss before the podcast ends?
Not that I can think of.
No.
The face you make when you're trying to imitate Tommy Innes.
It kind of was, yeah.
Anyway, I suppose you can end very nicely there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe. Check out DW Boy 14, which is George's channel, and TGC, the gaming channel, which is Liam's channel. We should be coming at you soon with Visions, so enjoy that one. Till next time, everyone. Have a good one, and laters. See ya.
Pineapple juice.
See ya.